Hello and welcome to Hank Games Without Hank. My name is John Green, manager of the AFC Wimbledon Wimbly Womblys, who, as you can see, are taking on Luton Town in today's FA Cup match. This is a winner-go-home situation. Listen. I have gotten a lot of stick lately about the fact that we've only scored one goal in the last 8 games. Some of that stick has been coming from what I would consider to be within the family, inside the office even, from certain assistant managers who manage the AFC Wimbledon Wimbly Womblys Twitter account, which you should follow. It's excellent. And I've got some good news for all of you haters and doubters out there, and I've got some great news. The good news is that Ball John Green is back. He was injured, broke his leg. It was dark times for all of us. 3 months of in the wilderness, 40 days, 40 nights. It was actually longer than that. It was very bad, but it's over. We've got John Green and John Green back together. Ball John Green and other John Green, teammates in life and in love, together at last. It's going to be fine. Everything's going to turn out golden. That's number one. That's the good news. By the way, today's topic comes from M, just the letter M. It's like an episode of Sesame Street, who donated the project for awesome. Thank you, M, who suggested the topic, hope and goal setting during troubled times, and then in parentheses, just Trump. So I assume that is a reference to an individual, not the word. Look at that DFTBA Nerdfighteria patch. Couple things. I'm not good at FIFA. Okay, like I get it. I'm terrible. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get better. I've been trying to get better for like 6 years. I'm putting everything into this. This is all I do now. I stopped writing. I stopped working on my book. I'm just thinking all the time about FIFA and how I can get better at FIFA. I'm watching other people play FIFA. I'm watching like Spencer FC, Dr. Benji FM, trying to get a sense of like, you know, how the pros do it. And my main conclusion is like those people play FIFA a lot. Like they seem to play a lot of FIFA. They'll play like whole seasons in a single video. I mean, I don't want to brag, but you guys have seen almost every game of FIFA I've ever played in my whole life. So I'm sorry that I'm terrible, but that's not the great news. The great news is that we are still first in League One. We are having a great season despite our lack of goal-scoring opportunities because of really good play from 2 vitally important Wimbly Womblys who are, I believe, to be underappreciated this season. Number 1, James Shea LaBeouf. He's been fantastic. Oh, that's terrible. I'm humiliated. Meredith, have the graphics changed in a way that I find unpleasant and new and different? They look weird. I don't like change. I don't like all these pictographs that I have to look at. It's annoying. Anyway, the great news is that we're still first in League One. We are in a position to have a very successful season. However, it is kind of true that to have a successful season, we have to win this game, or at the very least, not lose it. And that, of course, means not giving up a goal. Oh, God. Because if we give up a goal, we're going to lose because we can't score. So there's only 2 ways this goes. We win or we go home. And I intend to win. So hope and goal setting in troubled times. Let's talk about it. First off, I don't think I've said this before, but I really deeply believe it. Hope is correct. Hope is not like, like a luxury or a convenient fiction or any of that. Like, hope is the appropriate response to the human condition. Hope is the appropriate response to, like, the appearance and existence of consciousness, I think, right? Like, this is pretty freaking amazing that we turned out to go from single-celled life to super complex, not to brag, but I think we are like reasonably complex organisms that do things like not only play soccer, but invent virtual ways of playing soccer for the people who don't, are allergic to grass or just don't enjoy it very much. That's a nice ball to Ball John Green, but he's not yet fully himself. I think we can agree that Ball John Green is not yet the John Green we know and love. He's recovering from a broken leg. Is a very serious injury. That's nice, though. That's good. And then, oh, it's a disappointing pass from John Green. Maybe should have gone over the top. So hard to know when to use that left bumper. That's the kind of thing that the pros know. So, right. I don't think, like, even in very dark, difficult times in our history as a country. Oh, my God, that was almost just right. And I think we've been through far, far darker times as a country than we are in right now. I think, you know, oh God, oh, it's a desperate, oh, it's great defense. Great defense. I was going to mention, by the way, that the underappreciated part of our defense this season has been the play of our central defenders, which I think has been fantastic. Reece Oxford, despite a very unfortunate red card, oh boy, we are definitely losing this game. Despite a very unfortunate red card, Reece Oxford has had himself a very good season, and then also Charles has been good this season. Will Nightingale has not been bad. Get it to your husband. Get it to your husband, whom you love so much. Dang it. Ah, man. I think the pros would have made something more out of that. Right, even in dark times in American history, far darker than this, hope has been correct, and the urge to find inclusive definition, you know, to the urge toward inclusiveness and toward, you know, allowing and encouraging all people to be able to participate in the political process and so on, has led to positive change in the United States. So hope has been the engine and the driver of a lot of positive change in American history, and especially hope among people who are silenced by the government, or who are oppressed by the state, or whose rights are not protected by the state. Those people advocating for their own humanness has been, oh my God, like the great glory of our nation's history. Like, though that has been the real story of like heroism in the United States, and a lot of the progress we've made. So I think it is appropriate and right to be hopeful, even when you are frustrated and angry and feel that you are not having your rights respected. Nope. Couldn't get the shot off. However, it's a more promising start to the second half than the start that we had to the first half. So that's something. That's at least a little note of joy. And I've moved into attacking mode in an attempt to try to get the ball back, because I feel like we haven't had the ball at all this half, except for, this game, except for the very beginning of the second half. So we'll see if this works. And we're going to pass it that way, then we're going to pass it that way. Everybody criticizes me for only going up the wing that's closer to my eyeballs, but that is the wing that I can see. I'm an old man. I don't have good vision. That's good. That's very, very, very good. And then I've been tackled. I've been unjustly maligned. Oh, my God. Ossiosi manager doesn't like it at all. So the second thing is the second thing we have to talk about is setting goals in difficult times. And I think that's a really interesting question and really important. It can feel like frustrating or useless to do stuff, you know, it can feel like it doesn't matter, like it doesn't matter if you make stuff. It doesn't matter what you do, because there are forces so much larger than you that are controlling so much of your life, and forces so much larger than you that are making big things happen, when all of the things that you can make happen are small, and then that makes it hard to actually like set goals and live by them. Another great defensive moment from Reece Oxford right there. Just want to point that out. Everybody who's being hard on me, forgetting about my excellent record when it comes to not giving up goals. There's ball John Green. Ball John Green. Ball John Green! Oh, he went for goal. It was bold. Didn't work, but it was bold. And he won a corner out of it. Let's see if we can get something from the corner. It's big. It's loopy. It's headed in. Oh, it's cleared off the line. Oh, that's frustration. That was a good clearance by that Ginger. Ginger for Luton Town, eh? All right, here we go. Here we go. That's not as good. That's not good. That was not a good corner kick. But the arc of history is long, and it bends toward Wimbledon. So I think you have to just remind yourself that even when you're making stuff that feels small, you don't know the implications of what you're making or what you're doing. You can't know the implications of the little kindnesses that you pay people, the little things that you do in your life. And there was a great quote from the right after the election from a theologian, I think named Miroslav Volf, something like that, who is a really interesting theologian and has seen a lot of things. I think I might have quoted this before in a Wimbly Womblys video, and I apologize if you've heard it before, but seen a lot of things in his life that I hope none of you ever see. But right after the election, he shared on Twitter, politics touches everything, but politics isn't everything, not by a long shot. And when you're making goals, I think it's important to remember that. Even when you're making political goals, I think it's important to remember that. That was a nice interception by Reece Oxford, our most underappreciated Wimbly Wombly. Come on, Ball John Green. Go ahead and get open. That's a nice ball. That's good. That's good. That's good. I don't know why you're running to the corner like that and then getting beaten off the ball. Oh, it's a freak. Oh, I didn't even get to make my substitutions here in the 84th minute. I'm going to make these substitutions, even though they're probably never going to happen. Parrott's coming off. He's exhausted. Bringing on... Boy, we are not very deep, it must be said. We are not a deep team. We are a talented team, but not a deep team. That's something that we're going to work on in the January transfer window, and even probably after that, because we've got a long way to go when it comes to our depth. Okay, that's good. That's not bad. Get rid of the ball. That was very good. Oh, my God. Before I could get the pass off, I've been dispossessed. And now Luton's making a run. It's a last-minute run, but it's nicely intercepted because we have a really good defense that's gone underappreciated by our beloved supporters. Sorry if that sounds defensive. So I think you just have to make little goals and remember that little things matter, and that like little actions matter, and that the world continues on and continues to be beautiful no matter who is president, and that there are still opportunities and there is still cause for hope regardless. Speaking of cause for hope, this game has ended, but that means that we get to play another game against Luton Town in a week. So, hooray! I love playing Luton Town. What an opportunity. It's a little frustrating. Barry Fuller, however, had a fantastic game. Congratulations, Buckminster Fuller. Despite the very unfortunate bald patches that FIFA 17 has inserted into your head, you had a great game, and I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Best wishes.